Hey there everyone, I hope you're doing well. So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining why gender ideology is wrong, and we're going to be sort of delving into the true nature of gender and sex. Just a side note on the last video, I was noticing, I was like, my God, I am white as hell. um, that's the thing, I'm thin, I'm white, and I've got bags, so I better not go near Valentine Holmes, eh? That's a joke for you NRL fans. Val, hit us up, mate. Uh, Probably won't after this. So gender ideology, transgenderism only really came into the forefront in public life about, let's say, 5 maybe or so years ago. But it's really made a strong impact in the West right now. So let's define some terms first. We like to criticize proponents of this ideology for not being able to define their words and all that. But I've noticed that the people advocating against it, which is myself included, we don't really do that as well, because it's like if we're going to criticize them for not being able to define their terms, we should be able to define things like sex, gender, what a woman is, what a man is. So that's what we're going to do now. So what is gender ideology? So gender ideology is the idea that your feelings about yourself dictate the gender that you are. Gender can't be solely determined by your feelings, because feelings are fleeting and they are driven by emotion, which means they aren't always fundamentally true. You can feel however you want, but you can be wrong in that feeling though. And that's the thing, you can never override objective facts about reality. So what about those who say gender is on a spectrum? Well, it can't be, because gender is the social counterpart to sex. So let's answer that question. What is sex? Shut up, don't laugh. Sex is the two biological categories which humans and other living beings are divided into in the basis of their physical attributes. The reason we have two is because we can observe that males and females have vast differences, which include the fact that males have XY chromosomes, females have XX chromosomes, males have greater bone density, larger fast twitch muscle fibers, and higher cardiovascular endurance. And if you've ever noticed that men and women do have different genitalia. Now, transgender activists might come at me with the, oh, well, there are some people with chromosomal differences, or they have ambiguous genitals in regards to intersex people. So yeah, take that, you got destroyed. Well, no, the thing is, well, first of all, I'd like to ask, isn't transgenderism due to how you feel about yourself, not your body? So that's the thing. Why even bring it up? And second of all, the thing is, have you ever heard of the exception that proves the rule? If a human being is born with one arm, does it then contradict our knowledge that human beings are supposed to have two arms? No, of course, because we know, because they come out with one arm, we know something has gone wrong and it's a genetic abnormality. So now let's talk about the social counterpart to sex, which is gender. Gender is the responsibilities, interests, and temperament that is typically performed and manifested by each sex in society. Now, there are going to be guys who are going to be a bit more feminine. Maybe you're going to have girls who will maybe act a bit more masculine, but you know what? That can be fine. If it isn't always a bad thing to deviate outside what is considered normal. Personally, look, I love me some romantic comedies, and I may or may not jam out to some One Direction. I might have a few musical songs on my phone. Ladies, just remember the social media is down there if you want to check it out. I just thought that. But the thing is though, I'm still a guy. That still makes me a guy. As long as it isn't affecting your ability to fulfill your duties and responsibilities, go right ahead, seriously. Men are more stoic and ruthless. They tend to gravitate towards work that involves fixing things, while women are a lot more expressive and compassionate towards others. They tend to gravitate towards work which involves caring for and helping people. We can observe that in our everyday lives. Men and women are so different, but that's what makes us so great. And that's the thing, we can come together and balance each other out to help ourselves and our communities, our loved ones flourish. So now I believe now that I've said that men and women are different, and maybe men are better at some things, women are better at other things, I believe I'll now be labeled a transphobe by the trans activists, and then a misogynist by the feminists, for observing these true facts about human nature that we aren't allowed to talk about, and it's something that we all knew up until 5 seconds ago. But you know what? I don't care, because the thing is, I'm going to continue to talk about it, because you can't suppress the truth just because it doesn't fit your ideological worldview. A man is an adult human male. A woman is an adult human female. Your sex derives from your body, which is your material form, while we can express our gender through the soul, which is our metaphysical form. A male can't ever be a woman, and a female can't ever be a man, because your body and soul are never at war with each other. They are joined together in what's called a hylomorphic union. And once you come into existence as a human being, the only way it can be separated is when you die and leave your physical body behind. Listen, if you happen to think that you're a different gender, that's a problem in your mind, and you should seek psychological and spiritual help to fully come to terms with who you truly are. You can run away from the truth as much as you want, but it will always catch up to you. My heart, honestly, it goes out to you, and I'm praying that one day you find happiness living life in this reality. All right, well, thank you. Sorry, I know it's a short one. That's definitely something I've never had to say before. But no, in all honesty, I feel like I've covered everything that I've needed to in this video, so I'm happy to end it here. I've got, in the next few weeks, I am going to be going into more of the transgender issue. I'm going to have one coming out about using preferred pronouns, and then I'm gonna have one in how we should address it in public life. I know I said in the last video I want to upload every 2 weeks, but to be honest, I've got so much that I want to talk about, and that's the thing. I think I'm able to make it work where I can upload a video a week. I'm going to try and make it Sundays most weeks, but I'll let you know if anything changes on my socials or anything. So next week's video is going to be about the appetite we all have as human beings, and why we need to learn to control it so it doesn't inevitably control us. I think it's going to be a really interesting discussion. I get to fully nerd out here, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So if you don't want to miss it, then subscribe, turn the notifications on so you never miss a video.